Hello students, and welcome to your e-learning lesson on linear functions and graphs part 2. So what are we going to cover for today's lesson? By the end of this lesson, you should know what is the gradient of a straight line and how to calculate the gradient of a straight line from a graph. Let's start with a simple recap on how to find the coordinates of a given point. First, we read the value along the x-axis to obtain the x-coordinate of the point. Then we read the value along the y-axis to obtain the y-coordinate of the point. And lastly, we write down the coordinates as an ordered pair in the form of x, y in brackets. Gradient is a measure of the steepness of a line. How do we tell which line is steeper, A or B? Simply by observation, we can see that line A is steeper than line B. However, in some cases, it may be difficult to tell by observation, which is why we have to use gradient. So what does the gradient of a straight line tell us? Firstly, the gradient can either be positive for upward sloping straight lines or negative for downward sloping straight lines. Secondly, as the absolute value of the gradient increases, the steepness of the line also increases. So how do we calculate the gradient of a straight line? We simply take the vertical change, or the rise, and divide it by the horizontal change, or the run, where this change refers to the change in the number of units between any 2 points on the line. The steps to take to calculate the gradient of a straight line are as follows. Firstly, choose any 2 points, say A and B on a line. 2. Obtain the coordinates of A and B. 3. Form a right-angled triangle with AB as a hypotenuse. And 4. Reading from left to right, find the horizontal and vertical change from A to B in terms of the number of units. Now let's demonstrate with a worked example. The vertical change is 2 because there's a change of 2 units along the y-axis from A to B, whereas the horizontal change is 1 because there's a change of 1 unit along the x-axis from A to B. Hence, the gradient is 2. Now practice the following questions from your textbook and check your answers against the solutions at the back. In summary, the gradient of a straight line is a measure of its steepness. It is positive if it slopes upwards from left to right, or negative if it slopes downwards from left to right. As the absolute value of the gradient increases, the steepness of the line also increases. The gradient is given by the horizontal change, or the rise, divided by the horizontal change, or the run. The horizontal change is always positive, and in order to compute the change in values, we always read the graph from left to right. We have come to the end of this e-learning package. I look forward to seeing all of you back in class and have an awesome weekend ahead.